A very successful fight over a top-ranked middleweight, but you still seem to want to go back to welterweight. With the difficulties in making the weight cut to welterweight that you've had before, what are you going to change anything different to get down there, or do you want to maybe take another middleweight fight or two while you adjust?
You know what? I think if I'm offered a fight that interests me at 185s, and I don't see why I wouldn't stay here. You know, but I think my 170s is my optimal weight class. I took this fight as a favor for the UFC. I knew they needed a replacement for Rashad Evans, so I stepped in, and I heard they need another replacement in Brazil with Vitor Belfort. So if they want to make that happen, then I'm.
So that's the fight that would interest you?
I'm willing to step up and do that as well.
Hi, Kelvin. Congratulations on your win. Thomas Lee, Ryerson Television. What was your game plan going into fighting Tim Kennedy tonight?
My game plan was to be the quicker, more mobile fighter. You know, my stick and move and defend the takedowns. And that was the game plan.
Kelvin, can you clarify what Vitor Belfort fight are you talking about?
You know, I heard that he's going to need a fight in Brazil. I'm willing to step up and take that fight if they need to.
A fight against Vitor?
Yeah.
Okay. That was offered to you?
It was not offered for me, but that was just something I had in my mind.
Okay. Can you expand a little more on the reason as to why you would even consider going down at 170, because you've missed weight by 10 to 5 pounds twice now. You look so good. You're doing amazingly well at 185. Why would you do this to yourself?
You know, I feel like 170s is my optimal weight class. My height and my reach is at a disadvantage at 185s. You know, these guys are over 6 feet tall and have a major height and reach advantage over me. So I feel like 170s is where my body type fits best.
But even all that stress that you put on your body, is it worth it?
No. But again, I get too heavy outside of camp, and that's my problem. You know, I like to eat my Mexican food. And it shouldn't be that way. You know, my whole camp is concentrated on losing the weight that I gained outside camp. So it just shouldn't be that way. I was able to get away with it the last few fights, but the older I get, the harder it is to cut the weight. And I think if I change my lifestyle up a bit and create a better lifestyle where I'm at a better weight outside of training camp, I think it'll be a better fit.
And one last thing, in the back, did you speak to the UFC brass? Did they tell you what, I know you say you want to go down, but were there any discussions about what they would like for you to do?
No. I haven't had any discussions. I'm going to go back, talk to my management team, talk to them, and talk to my family and see what the next move will be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kelvin, you had a great performance tonight, obviously getting the finish against Tim Kennedy. Was there ever a point in the fight where you felt you weren't going to be able to finish him because you were landing a lot of shots on Kennedy and he wasn't going down?
Yeah. I mean, every fight I feel like I don't know if I'm going to finish. I don't know what's going to happen. But, yeah, obviously the plan is to go in there and finish in the first round if I can. But Tim's probably one of the most durable guys in the sport, one of the most durable guys in the division. So I wasn't surprised if I wasn't going to be able to finish him.
And just one more thing, you talked about going down to welterweight. If I remember when I spoke to you pre-fight, the plan is to work with George Lockhart if you were to go down to welterweight. That's sort of what you were saying?
Yes.
Okay, and what are some, why do you feel like he's sort of the best option for you as far as, getting down to that weight class?
I've worked with him before, and he's gotten me down to 170s pretty easily, and I think like he's probably one of the best in the game right now as when it comes to nutrition and weight cutting.
Calvin, sorry, is this on? Can people hear me? Okay. Calvin, sorry, I'm with Alex Lee with the score. I want to ask, Kennedy was coming off a long layoff, obviously, but you mentioned that he's one of the toughest, most durable guys. Was the plan always to push the pace, knowing that he was coming off a layoff, or was that something that sort of an adjustment you made during the fight?
That's just my style. I like to push the pace, man. I like to be the one that comes forward. I like to press the pace. I don't know if you guys noticed that by now.